Hello friends, my name is Jyoti. I am assistant professor in School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Now today's topic of discussion is sales force motivation. So firstly, I would like to discuss about the origination of word motivation. As in the slide, we are able to see that the word motivation is derived from the Latin word movere, which means to move. It means motivation is that driving force within individual by which they attempt to achieve some goals in life that they have decided. Means if there is a motive in your life, you act a particular behavior, you perform a particular behavior in order to achieve a particular goal that you have decided for your life. And in context of sales, motivation is that effort, motivation is that inner urge within individual sales force or individual salesperson that they show, that they use in performing, in giving performance or in surviving the various aspect of their work style or their job. Now the next question come, that is why sales force motivation is required, means why this particular topic has been added, because motivation is a word that somehow related to the behavior aspect. Then why this particular word has been added in the subject of sales. Sales which is totally dependent or which is totally related to the performance of the sales representatives. Obviously the sales representative is a human being that shows certain behavior towards something. So because that sales representative is not an artificial one, he or she has certain emotions and feelings. So he or she should be motivated from time to time in order to give their 100% productivity in attainment of the goal of the organization and also for the attainment of the goal of his or her life. Then again the question is why this motivation word is required in context of sales. The first one, that is constant rejections by customers. As a salesperson, he or she has to interact with the customers face to face or directly interact with the customers. It is not always required or it is not necessary that being a sales representative you will be welcomed by the customers. Sometimes you will get rejected or even the customer is not ready to listen what you are trying to say, what you are trying to display, what you are trying to portray. So at that time you become disheartened, you become demotivated. So from the company side it is required that from time to time some motivators should be introduced for the sales force so that they just keep motivated and they are able to achieve their goal or the given target. The second one is lower self-esteem. Due to the tough survival in the field of sales, salespeople have low self-esteem as every day they have been given a new target, new achievement, a new goal. So for them it is very difficult to survive in the field of sales, and sometimes sales representatives or sales people or the sales force are unable to achieve the given task or given goal. So that resultant in lower self-esteem means they are having low confidence or somehow disheartened, not satisfied with their jobs. So it is always required that motivation program should be introduced by the companies in order to keep them motivated. The third one is customer complain about product and services. As I said earlier that being a salesperson or being a sales representative, you have to directly interact with the customers. So whatever the feedback and whatever the response of the product, that customer directly interact with you and give the feedback of the product and services, means how is the product, how is the performance of the product, and somehow whatever the product they are using, they have adopted in their usage, they are not very much satisfied that you have being a representative that you have offered to them. So whatever the complaint or whatever the grievances they just give to you, they just address to you कि these type of problems we as customers are facing with your product and services, and as a representative of a particular company you have to deal with their complaints too. That means that time you are facing somehow a kind of a kind of disheartening. So motivation is also required because of this particular reason, because customer always not give a positive response about the product and services to you. So motivation is required. If you as a representative will be motivated, that you will try to convince the customers, or you will try to readdress or address the complaint of the customer, so that customers remain satisfied, and again and again use and purchase and use your product. The next is frequent traveling. As the nature of sales job required frequent traveling, so it results in what the physical fatigue and stress, that somehow you are unable to perform or give your 100% productivity in the attainment of the goal. So if you sometimes if you get relaxed, so obviously if we are having time for having some relaxation and for some relaxed time, so then we just give up our 100% productivity. And if we are not physically fit and we are having a in a state of stress or have a fatigue, so obviously our performance will hamper. So that is one of the factor, because sales job or say the nature of sales job require frequent traveling. You have to travel many times, so you are able to balance between your physical health as well as the nature of or the work that have been assigned by the company. So it is also required that motivator should be introduced from time to time in order to keep salesperson motivated, so that they just give their 200% productivity towards the attainment of the goal. Next, work life balance. Obviously it is one of the important aspect in every job, because as a salesperson is obviously a human being. He or she is having a personal life, and because of the dynamic and diverse nature of the job of the sales, a person is somehow unable to balance between the personal life as well as the professional life. So if a person is more giving efforts in managing the professional life, then somehow he or she is ignoring the personal life, that is obviously equally important for that individual. So some motivational program or some development program should be introduced by the company, so that that person is able or just try to learn how to make a balance between the personal life as well as the professional life. Now in the next slide, that is also important to know that what is the process of motivation, means how an individual, how suppose a person be motivated in order to achieve a particular goal. So as in the slide we are able to see that there are 3 variables in that. The first one is motive, second behavior, and third one is goal. And somehow there is a loop or there is a arrow connected between these variables, that is tension reduction. So again just we try to understand what is the process of motivation. Motivation starts with the word motive. Motive means the reason. There must be one reason in order to be motivated. There must be a goal, there must be a reason, so that you will be motivated in order to achieve that goal, in order to achieve that particular task that you have been assigned. So it starts with motive, and as per the motive, as per the aim of your life, as per the aim of the or the target of the sales representative, they act a particular behavior, they show a particular behavior, and accordingly whatever the behavior they are showing towards that particular goal, towards that particular given or assigned task, that will give the desired result, that is the end goal. Suppose okay, as a sales representative, I have been given a task, or I have been given a target of a particular month of a particular duration, means I have been given a motive, a reason, कि at the end of this month I have to complete this particular target. If I want to achieve, I will adopt or I will show a particular behavior, means I just try to contact with different prospects, new prospects, following up them, approaching them, so that they converted into our customers, and that will result in what, the achievement of the target, achievement of the sales quota. So whatever the motive, that will determine the behavior part of the individual, ki how that individual is going to achieve that particular target or that motive in the life, or whatever the behavior that they are adopting, that they are showing towards that particular task or the work, that will result the desired goal. Until and unless the goal has not been achieved, the goal has been achieved by the individual, that individual is in the state of tension and stress. And after the attainment of the goal and the task or the given target, automatically this tension and stress be removed from the mind of the individual. So, this is the process of motivation. Means the process of motivation starts with motive, means there must be a reason that will determine the behavior aspect of the individual, how you are going to achieve that particular motive or that given task, and the behavior that you have adopted in order to achieve the goal or achieve the given target, that will give you the desired result. Or until and unless the goal is not the goal is achieved, that individual is in a state of tension. Means in order to remove the tension, in order to remove the stress factor, the individual show a particular behavior. Suppose I have been given a earlier that I have quoted the example that I have given a target, I have given a quota that I have to achieve. Means I am in a state of a tension, how this particular goal or how this particular target be achieved. So, in order to achieve that target, I have adopted a particular behavior, or as per the behavior, obviously if I have adopted the behavior in a positive manner, means I have to achieve the target at any cost. So, obviously that will result in our positive goal or the positive result. So, that is all about process of motivation. Now, as motivation can be monetary or non-monetary, but what motivates a particular person may vary from one to another, and it is very difficult to draw out generalization until and unless the sales manager understand his or her individual needs, ki what he or she is actually wanting, and that obviously vary from one individual to another. So, in order to understand the needs of different individual, there are certain theories of motivation defined, and in order to keep motivated your sales force, it is very understand to know the application aspect of the different theories of the motivation. So, and there are certain motivational theories which are applied for making the needs for knowing the needs of the sales force accordingly, as a sales manager you can provide motivators in order to keep them motivated, in order to maintain their productivity, so that they just give their 100% productivity or 100% efforts in achievement of the goal. As the theories of motivation includes, the first one is Maslow hierarchy of needs, second one is Herzberg two-factor theory, the third one is McClelland theory of needs, fourth is Bloom theory of expectancy, fifth is McGregor X and theory Y, theory X and theory Y. Now, these theory will be explained, or we will discuss in the later slides. As in the first, as we see the first theory, that is Maslow hierarchy of needs. This theory is basically proposed by Abraham Maslow. Maslow basically proposed or have explained that within every individual there is a hierarchy of need, means every individual is having a different set of needs, and these needs are basically physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, and the upper segment, that is self-actualization need. If we talk about physiological needs means those needs which are required for the survival, means like if a salesperson has adopted or want to do a job in sales, so what is the physiological need? Basic salary and the basic infrastructure and the basic amenities come under physiological needs, and in context of general, the food, water and sleep, food, shelter, cloth, these are the physiological needs, means these needs are basically required by the individual in order to survive. The second need is safety need. Safety need is what? and it how safety needs come when physiological needs is fulfilled, then the individual become motivated in order to fulfill the upper need, that is what, that is the safety needs. Safety need comes under like an individual now wants to save himself and the belongings and the dependents and that individual wants to give some security aspect, the stability aspect and comfort aspects, and if it in context of sales there must be if safety need in context of safety needs, there must be safe working conditions and job security, some insurance aspects should be provided by the organization in order to keep motivated the sales forces. The next order need is social needs. Social needs somehow related to the need that one individual wants to get affection and get belongingness and get affiliation from others and the group and the society in which that individual lives in, and they also wants love from others if an individual is having a need of social needs. So, in context of sale, if an individual sales force is having a need of having a social needs, then the sales manager must provide the requirement or the motivators like associations, the appreciation and the working relations, means there is a harmonious relationship between the supervisor and means the manager and the sales representative. So, they are working in a friendly environment and they are discussing their problems and accordingly problems are being resolved by the sales manager. So, that is all about social need. After fulfilling the social needs, one individual is just moving forward and that individual is having the need of self-esteem needs. Self-esteem need is related to somehow that need in which an individual is having an expectation of acknowledgement and the esteem and the popularity and must be acknowledged from the group or from the team in which to which that individual belongs to. So, if a sales representative or the salesperson is having the need of self-esteem, that the sales manager must provide the job title, the status, the roles and the responsibility that somehow makes that individual different from others, means that individual is doing extra or doing unique things in comparison to other members, other sales representative. So, that is all about the motivators, means it is also given in the slide that if a salesperson is having these type of particular needs, so which type of motivators should be provided by the sales manager in order to keep them motivated or in order to maintain their 100% productivity towards the attainment of the goal. After the completion of the self-esteem need, the next the higher order need, that is self-actualization needs. Self-actualization is that need, means all the needs, obviously we are seeing in the pyramid that it is topmost, means all the needs have been fulfilled and an individual is having having the need of what growth and advancement and some want to do some creative work, because that individual is obviously has established his or her image or the popularity on the esteem part among the fellow members, among the co-workers, among in the particular company in which he or she is working. So, that is all about self actualization, means at particular need, if an individual is having this particular needs, so obviously the sales manager should provide challenging roles, achievement, advancement and provided some training and development programs, so that that individual just learn how to do creative work and how to work for your happiness and satisfaction part. Basically means an individual is having or have fulfilled all the needs. Now, at this particular level of need, the individual wants to wants basically two types of important aspect of the life, like satisfaction and happiness. Means if you have been given by the challenging role by the company, you have achieved, you are regularly achieving your target and that is being acknowledged and appreciated by the company, means somehow you become motivated, you become satisfied and you will be happiest person that you want to achieve in your life. So, these are the levels of hierarchy of needs that is that was basically defined by Maslow. And being a sales manager, if you want to keep your team motivated, so you should understand which type of need an individual sales force is having, a salesperson is having. As per the need or as per the expectation of the need, you just provide different motivators to different individual at what level of need they are having right now, and at what level of need they are expecting from the company, from the sales manager. You just, being a sales manager, you just understand, and accordingly you just provide different motivators to keep your team motivated, so that they just give 200% productivity towards the attainment of the goal of the organization. The second theory is of motivation is Herzberg two-factor theory. If you see Herzberg two-factor theory proposed by obviously Friedrich Herzberg, and it is Herzberg has divided all the variables into two set of factors. The first is hygiene and second one is motivational factors. Hygiene factor somehow that does not contribute anything in motivating, but it somehow prevent the dissatisfaction level, and these factors must be available, must be provided by the managers in order to prevent the dissatisfaction aspect from the sales force. And second one is motivational factors, obviously leads to motivation, means these factors must be introduced by the organization, must introduced by the sales manager, so that that individual sales person become motivated and give their effort and productivity. So, if we see the diagram of two-factor theory is that two-factor theory of motivation divided into two aspects, the motivators and hygiene factor. Motivators, if we talk about motivator factors, motivational factors, so these are called the motivators, like achievement, recognition, the work itself, the responsibility, which type of responsibility that you have assigned to your salesperson, what is the growth aspect that you have shown to your salesperson, which type of achievement your sales representatives are showing, means these are the motivators. And hygiene factors means somehow it is not just, as I said earlier, that it does not directly do not directly contribute in motivating, but these factors prevent dissatisfaction among the sales force, like company's policy, supervision, relationships, salary and security aspects. Means obviously if I am a sales representative, I join one organization with a motive to get some compensation. Obviously practical aspect, if we render our services, so simultaneously we want some salary aspect, some expectation aspect. So salary is not a motivator factor, salary is not motivated, that is a basic thing that must be provided by the organization or the sales manager in order to keep motivated the sales force. The next theory is McClelland theory of needs, as McClelland divided the needs into three: power, affiliation and achievement. So, sales manager must ensure that which type of need that the individual sales person is having, if they are having need of achievement, need of affiliation, need for power. So, being a sales manager, you just try to understand or assess which type of need individual are having right now, and accordingly introduces motivated to keep them motivated. Suppose need for power means an individual is having or expectation that he or she wants to control a team, he or she needs some power. So, some team leadership, he or she made a leader of a particular team, so that he become motivated or give 100% productivity in order to manage the team, in order to bring all the people in for the attainment of a common goal. And next is Bloom theory of expectancy. It is based on three variables like effort, performance and reward. Efforts means expectation, what I am expecting being a sales force, I want to achieve a given result or not. Balance is your outcome part and instrumentality is your performance part. So, whatever the expectation, as per the expectation you are performing, you are giving your efforts, and whatever the efforts you are giving or performing, that will obviously give you a positive outcome or a meaningful outcome to you. So, that is all about the motivation. If an individual is motivated, obviously he or she will show a particular behavior or a performance that will result in what? Attainment of a particular outcome. Next is McGregor theory X and Y. This theory has been given by Douglas McGregor, and he has basically given a view that human beings are of two types. The first one is theory X. Theory X, as in picture we are able to see that the person is basically lazy and try to sleep and self-centered and lacking ambition, means somehow laziness and haphazardness in picture they are showing. And theory Y, the individual is basically motivated, wants to achieve in life. So, because an individual is having different set of people. So, being a sales manager, you have to understand that your sales force are having which type of characteristic, are they belonging to theory X characteristic or theory Y. So, accordingly you just understand or recognize the traits of the individuals, and accordingly you just provide different motivators to them. Okay, suppose lazy characteristic one individual is showing, so you just give some supervision or some punishment aspect to them, and if one individual is motivated, means belonging to theory Y, so you just give some positional aspect or acknowledgement aspect to them. In conclusion aspects, the motivators can be both financial and non-financial. Being a sales representative, you just understand the application of different theories of motivation, and being a salesperson, if you are designing a motivational program, so you just keep or just pay attention on the different traits or different needs of different sales force in order to keep them motivated. Okay, these are basically the references, and thank you.